So we are going to predict how long the bungee cord needs to be so that she can get the full extent of the fall but not bust her head and die, right? That would be sad, sad, sad. So in previous years I've done this, and so if 0 rubber bands would mean like she has no rubber bands attached to her ankles. Rubber bands meaning bungee cord lengths, okay? So her height basically is 28 centimeters without any rubber bands, all right? And then if I attached 1 rubber band and then hang her upside down because gravity's going to pull it, right? The length is now 34 centimeters. And so on and so forth. You can see we went up to 7 rubber bands to see how far it went. Now, we're not going to go as far as it takes to go all 2 stories because we're trying to make a prediction. We just kind of want to see what's the relationship between number of rubber bands attached and the distance that she falls. Easy enough? Yeah. All right, now let's see. Explanatory and response variables. These are 2 terms that we use in statistics just to mean X and Y. That's it. X and Y. All right? So if you were putting this on, like, if you were graphing this, which one of these variables would you put on the x-axis?
Rubber bands.
Number of rubber bands. Why did you say that? That's correct. Because it's what? Small. Okay. And that would mean you put the distance up here, right? On the y-axis. Well, whatever variable you would put on the x-axis is called explanatory. You like how the x works in that word? The other one is the response. Now, another thing we say is explanatory is the one that explains the result. So the number of rubber bands kind of explains the distance, doesn't it? Okay. And then response would be the outcome. Explains, or the predictor, I guess you could say, for explanatory. So in our scenario, the explanatory is the rubber bands, and the response is the distance traveled. So far, so good? So this is my x and this is my y. All right, how many variables do we have?
2.
Very good. And are these variables categorical or quantitative? Do we not know? Quantitative or categorical?
So let's go with categorical.
Quantitative. Quantitative means a number that could be averaged. Categorical is like a category or a descriptor, like brunette or male versus female or something like that. Quantitative is a number that can be averaged. So these are 2 quantitative variables. Now, scatterplot. Think of some labels you should probably appear on your plot. Okay, we're going to do a scatterplot. We're going to actually make this graph. It's not going to take but a second because there's only 7 points. Number of bands. And it goes from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And as I think about my y-axis, I would look at my values in the table. The highest one goes up to 95, so I might take it up to 100. Split the difference. 40, 30, 20, 10. All right. And then all you would do is plot your points. You remember how to plot points from algebra? X and Y. So at 0, I'm at 28. 1, I'm at 34. 2, I'm at 42. 3 at 56. 62. Oops, that's too high. Okay, There it is. Roughly, there's my scatter plot. All right, not so hard, is it? No, not at all. So then we would describe the relationship in our scatter plot. So when we would describe the relationship, there are 4 things we want to look for and address. All right, and it makes this little acronym DOFS. D is for direction. And when you think direction, you think about like slope. Do y'all remember slope? Positive and negative slope.
Mm-hmm.
Looking at these points, what kind of slope would this create if I connected my dots? Positive or negative? Okay, so all I would say is this is positive. O is for outliers. Do I have any points that fall outside the pattern?
No.
Not in this example, so I would say none. F is for form. Now, when we're talking about form, we're either talking about it looking like a line or it's not looking like a line, like a curved shape or a roller coaster or anything but a straight line. So how would you describe this pattern? Is it linear?
Please.
Yes, so I would say linear because you can approximate a straight line to those points, right? And then S is for strength. And by strength, I'm saying how strongly does it reflect a line? Is it pretty apparent that it's a line, or is it kind of a stretch? Pretty apparent. So we would say it's a very strong. All right, so if I'm putting this all together in a lovely little sentence, I would say the relationship between the number of rubber bands and the distance traveled is positive, strong, and linear. There are no outliers apparent. Not to say there couldn't be, but based on this set of data, there's not any. One little sentence loaded with good information. Relationship between number of rubber bands and distance traveled is positive, strong, and linear. There's no outliers apparent. Can we handle that? Nothing too difficult, right? Can I turn the page? You ready? All right. So here we go. Here's our vocab. Here's the beginning of the vocab for this unit. Explanatory versus response. Okay, explanatory variable is the variable that is used to make a prediction. Response variable is the outcome. It responds to the explanatory. Okay. So when we describe a scatter plot, direction is either going to be positive or negative. Okay, they used U, but I used O, but this is like outliers. Okay, outliers or unusual features, however you want to refer to it. Form, you really only have 2 options. It's either linear or nonlinear. Okay, y'all know what a nonlinear might look like? It would, like if the dots kind of made a U shape, or if it made like a curve. That's nonlinear, okay? Anything other than a straight line would be nonlinear. And then strength. at this stage, we're going to say strong, moderate, or weak. We will have a lesson where we like quantify how strong it is, but not today. You're just eyeballing it. Okie dokie. All right. And you would make sure you put your explanatory variable on the x-axis and the response variable on the y-axis, and of course, label, label, label. Okay. Study was conducted to see if the number of minutes of screen time is a good predictor of the popularity rank for Star Wars characters. Here's the data from a recent study that ranked the 14 most popular characters and their amount of time on screen. Is this all from the first movie? It has to be, because those characters aren't in the first movie. All right, then. Okay, so which of the two variables would be the explanatory here? Well, think about what we're looking at. We're looking at rank and screen time, right? Which one do you think is predicting the other? Or are we trying to find out? Rank predicts the screen time? I think it's the screen time. They're trying to find out if the screen time is the good predictor of the rank. You see it in there? It's okay if you didn't. It's Monday. It's all right. It's okay. Yeah? Okay. Screen time is my predictor, and then we're trying to find out, does that help us predict rank? All right. Make a scatter plot. I know. There's like twice as many dots here. So give yourself some space here. So screen time and rank all the way up to 14. Okay.
Pretty much, yeah.
No, he's not.
Well, other than you.
Dude, that makes. Oh.
Being below.
Yeah.
Well, I was Padme
Or
under
double
Rey.
fit, like what?
I agree with that. That's kind of crazy.
I hate Ray.
What'd she do to you?
Everybody's serious. Let's see that.
I hated the
See it in the
fact
street.
She's getting clocked immediately. I just forgot his name. Oh my god, I was just talking about it. What's his character's name? Is he on this list? Or might be? No, he's not. So why is he not even on this list? You should be somewhere on this list.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah. He wasn't even that cute. He's not even that cute. No, he's not. No, he's not. Yeah, he is. Dude.
Real.
There it is. I hate the fact that she kissed me.
Oh, I see it. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I feel like you don't have to do anything. I guessed right. I'm eyeballing. I think the direction is nothing. Because it's awkward and. What would you say that?
Just look at the screen.
What would you say that is?
You flashed me this morning, it was unbelievable.
Oh, wow.
That's like a base. Yeah.
Don't play that. It was a different. Oh my god. Tell me why. It's my word.
There's no way.
It's my place. My manager's, one of them, every time she walks up to me, she'll be like, yeah, check.
All right, you got them plotted?
We used to go to school with her.
Alright, yep.
All right, so let's describe this.
It's not linear.
What direction would you give this?
Nothing.
Negative? Generally trending negative?
I don't even know.
Sorta. Not undefined.
That would be saying the more time you're on screen, that lower your rank, like that, well, higher your rank, right? Because ranking 1 is the highest.
Yeah,
Undefined.
because tell me why he has like one of the lowest screen times on the list and he's
I don't know.
Does it also count as time as Anakin's?
Insane.
Is it what?
Does it also count his time as Anakin's score?
They're listed.
Fair question. I don't know.
Oh, it's his time. Oh, what?
I can't believe
They're the same person.
I know.
All right.
So people don't know that.
What do you think? Do you think it's more negative? More screen time, the higher the rank? Meaning lower the number?
Sure,
I just.
if you say so.
It's kind of hard to see, right?
You have CP3O
Okay, boss.
is almost, it's, we're gonna round down to 350, but he's at rank 10.
C3PO is definitely higher in the way.
All right, I'm going to say negative. Watch this. I'm going to say negative. I understand it's a question mark because it's not clear, is it?
No.
We're just generalizing what we think we see, all right? We're not committing. We're just generalizing. Based on their hypothesis, the higher the screen time, the lower the rank, right? Meaning the higher you up on ranked first or whatever. It's backwards logic for early morning on a Monday. So let's do outliers. Do we see any outliers?
No. I wonder.
It's hard to say. It's hard to say, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. And why is it hard to say? What'd you say? Because it's all over the place. So being all over the place in this is relative to the strength. So we would say this is kind of a weak association. It's not super clear. Okay? By calling the association weak means we're not really sure about any of this. We're kind of guesstimating. So it kind of looks negative. I don't think there's any outliers. What about form? Does it have curvature? That's really the thing you're looking for form. Do you see a curve in it?
No. I mean,
I see a line.
It's more of a straight line than it is curving, isn't it?
go ahead and
So you're saying, well, because if you generalize it, it's moving down in a straight line. And if you use that logic, it is negative because it's going.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Like if you just generalize it, it is moving this direction. All of it is. Now, is it perfect? No, but that's covered in the weak adjective. Okay, it's weak. It's not great. It's weak.
So it is linear.
I would call it linear, but it's weakly linear. It's very weak. Okay? I would call it linear. And I would say there's no apparent outliers because it's so dang weak. It looks like a cloud of dust. So dang weak. Yes, you can quote me on that.
That's